Welcome to Coffee and Resales. Let's check, make sure this is rolling through and that our audio is tolerable. Checking 1, 2. Checking. Okay, we're good. All right. Let's do that. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get things from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, similar places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. This morning, we're going through this massive haul I got this past weekend of action figures from a yard sale. It was one of those situations that I went and picked up a handful of bags that they had priced at like $5 a bag or something with a few figures in it. And I told the lady, look, the rest of the stuff I want, but I'll come back and let's make a deal at the end of the day when nobody else wants it. And she said, okay, and texted me later saying, hey, come get the stuff, what price you want to pay. And I wanted to beat about half of what she was asking. So I think I spent 200-ish bucks at this yard sale, which is rare. Throwing out more than $50 in a weekend is actually pretty rare for me around here. You just don't find stuff that I know I can sell. But usually I do find something most weekends when I go yard selling, but rarely is it spending more than a few bucks at a time. That being said, we're going to look some stuff up. There's some gems I know that are in here already, and those I may hold till last. But other than that, let's dive into this stuff and see where we come out on the other side. So, and if you're watching this, it looks like my last post got like 100 views already, which is thanks guys for showing up and new viewers. Welcome in. This isn't a big major channel, and I don't do a bunch of bells and whistles mostly because I don't know how. I ain't got time to do it. So this is kind of how I roll things. So anyway, first bag. Let's see, a big handful. There's a lot of this era Marvel figures. This is Thing, like this early mid 90s Marvel Universe action figures. '90s Marvel Thing is what I'm going with. The Toy Biz, that I think is what these are. Let's see here. If these are. So this thing, I go with, okay, yeah, it's looking like most of these are going to be in the $3 to $5 range, depending on condition. There's not a whole lot of super rare ones or any that are like major desire. Like this in box is $20 in mint on card, which means loose $3 to $5 figure. Which is actually up in value a little bit from what those used to be. Let me yank this guy over. He's right here. We'll do him. This is the original TMNT Shredder with no accessories on him. Yeah, black, like a purplish cloak or something like that at one point. I was never crazy about that figure. I don't think it's a great design. But this is the original Shredder figure. Shredder action figure. Oh, 88. Not 88, 89. 88 is what. Okay, okay, that's what I thought. This is like $4 to $5. There's a recent sale, $9. Okay, a little more than I thought. About $10 shipped for this guy. There's a little more than I was thinking. So I think the Ninja Turtles have actually come up, and some of them have come up in value as well. This is another one of those Marvel action figures. I actually don't know this guy's name, and so I'm betting this is $3 to $5. Ghostbusters cop figure. This is the So, Ghostbusters police figure. I don't know the name of this one right offhand. Let's see what this guy comes up with. Okay, ex-cop police figure, 10 to 15 bucks, give or take, depending on condition. So that's pretty good find. She was asking, like, this bag was $5. All of her bags are either 5 or, like, she had the bags of Ghostbusters were 10, and a lot of the Marvel stuff was 5. So I think this is Ace Duck with no accessories. Ace Duck. Oh wow, he didn't. Yeah, $3 to $5 figure. So this is the type that would get lotted up, unless maybe if I found some accessories for him. Like the gun to this guy is $10. So it may depend on what accessories turn up as to whether that gets slotted up. And actually, what I'm going first with these is I'll probably put a bunch on a Facebook group or two and see where those turn out. This memory, that's the wrong cape. This Superman, that's this glowy cape, maybe. But this Superman, I think Ultimate Justice or something. Ultimate Justice Superman, maybe? I don't know. Action figure. Sort of this 90s era. Let's see. Now, the Justice League cartoon figures are worth decent, but these tend to be in the $3 to $5 range. So I'm not sure. I may have to do a little more research. Or we'll just do Google Lens and see what comes up. Yeah, I don't know all these right off the top of my head. I know a bunch. I thought it was Ultimate Justice. Or maybe Total Justice is the word. Total Justice. Oh, is that Middleway? Total Justice. This is a Middleway. This is a Middleway figure, though it's not worth a ton. So this may be, since I've got the proper cape for him, this may be a very interesting $5 to $10 figure. I may line them up though, so that's what that one is. Total Justice, and there's another handful of Total Justice figures in here. I know I got a Flash laying around. Here's another similar Superman that's going to be in the $5 to $10 range. If I can make sure right cape on him. This may be the right cape, just it doesn't look like the right cape though. This is the long-haired. No, that one fits. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to fit, but not well. So another Superman figure. Let's see, another Superman cape that doesn't go to anybody. Let's see what else. Another 90s Susan Storm Fantastic Four, which I suspect is another $3 to $5. Let's see. This one, yeah, $5 to $10 in package. So yeah, $3 on that one. Thing. Robin from one of the Batman movies. This is a $1 to $3 figure. And that one pretty well. And this guy who like shows up in half the things that if you're gonna wind up with a massive bin of if you grew up in the and you wind up with a bunch of 1990s, you're gonna wind up with one of these types of guys. I have no idea what it is. Anyway, Cabin Kisser, yeah, me too. My big one, Transformers, and GI Joe. My favorite was Superpowers, which I may. There's a couple of them I may deal with them on the tail end of it. I do have some. I have like one Transformer this batch, and a couple other. I think most of the '80s stuff is actually Ghostbusters that I got, but there was a handful of other guys in there. But I was in the same era. I think my favorite, I think like I mentioned on my last podcast, what is if I had to get rid of everything, I am a little bit of a collector, not to the scale of some guys. But if I had to get rid of everything, the last one I would get rid of would be the Superpowers. That's what I would hold on to. That was always my favorite line. With GI Joe being the second. So this bag pulling out. This is Rogue from X-Men. I think that may actually be sort of the cartoonish. And I wonder if those have run up in price because of the Disney cartoon. Let's see. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, it looks like most of the in package $10 plus shipping. So this again $3 to $5. You're giving me a joke, right into the trash. Oh, well, that's sad, but it's understandable, I guess. We all have our favorites. Actually, now one of the things I sometimes appreciate is more and more like the Remco knockoff stuff and some of the knockoff attempts. So this bag that I just pulled, Power Rangers. Let's see. And we're going to start with this bad boy. This Megazord. 91 Bandai Megazord, missing the fists. And I want to be interesting if they actually they wound up turning up in here. Megazord. Let's see here. You found a few Megazords. Yeah, let's see. Well, if he has fists and accessories, no, that's a different one. 9-inch Megazord complete does not go for $25. So I'm thinking this is going to be a $10 to $15 figure, but I may have to do a little more work on it, and I need to see what parts turned up because this is not one of the ones that he doesn't come apart a bunch. So that's what we're gonna go with, I think. So there we go. All right, vintage flip head figure, Power Rangers figures. These used to hold a lot more value, I think, than they do now. So, and I think there's still some nostalgia for them. So we're going to go Vintage Power Rangers flip head. Let's see. I'm thinking these. Yeah, actually, and this is exact two. Didn't go for $20, so I'm thinking maybe $10 to $15 together. Uh, maybe. So again, $5 figures. I think these used to have a bunch more value. The whole set looks like though, if you got all of them for 50. So who's got high school and Power Rangers? Yeah, I tail end. Yeah, we're probably real close to the same age because that's about my same situation. And then this is kind of cool. It's a mini Blue Ranger on a motorcycle. And then these are the original. I think these are the McDonald's Power Rangers, like original ones. And these are surprised hold some interesting, if I remember right. These actually tend to have, at one point, held a little bit of value, at least for their size. Maybe not anymore. Maybe these may be $3 figures now. But people do like to fill holes in their collection, so we'll see where that comes out eventually. Oh wow, the whole set is like $15. That's surprising. These used to be, I think, a little more value to them. Yeah, I had a weird appreciation for the show when I watched it occasionally, but I was also like really too busy. And we're gonna search for this little Blue Ranger vehicle. Let's see what comes up. That is not what I wanted. There. Line that up on this bad boy. And Micro Machine? It is a Micro Machine. Power Rangers Micro Machines. Power Rangers Micro Machines. There sure was one. So Blue Ranger. Again, I think I'm thinking $3 to $5 on this little one, which is fine, which is cool. Okay. So there we go. I've got to answer an email right quick. So I am going to check something and let's see. I gotta reply to an email. Okay. Yep. I gotta send. Check something. This is for my real job. Okay. Got a dispute with a guy, and I got once in a blue moon. I do come across Megazords at the flea market. I've hit a couple of, I've hit them a couple times. I think I actually had one big haul, uh, 5, 8 years ago of a bunch of uh, like big Zords. And I think one or two may have even been Japanese. I get a real good price on a bunch of them. Okay, back to the. Let's see. Ah, big Magneto and a big Apocalypse. Let's see where these come out to. I think it's 12 inch. Enough. 1990 giant Magneto figure. Let's see. Sparkworks? Nope. Yeah, this isn't the one with the removable squishy head though. Let's see. This is Sparkworks. So this is about a 10. That's what a $5 to $10 figure maybe. That one, and then for Apocalypse. Yeah. Oh, that's 5.5. Big giant. So I think yeah. So let's see, where are you? Here we go, 10-inch deluxe. Oh, that comes loose somehow. Oh, or either that. No, I think this arm comes off, and it has like a real arm you can replace it with. So there's that. So like complete $20 maybe. So that's what we'll go with there. All right. Oh, I was curious about this one. It's some sort of transforming Hawkeye figure right here. Let's see, transforming Hawkeye. Oh, nope. All right, we're gonna have to scan this one. Oh, oh, don't take a picture. Take a lens. Thank you. Let's see what comes up. Ah, it's Avengers United. They Stand shapeshifter figure. So I was looking. It's like maybe a $5 to $10 figure. Avengers. Avengers United, they stand. Hawkeye shape-shifting figure. In box 25, so yeah, 5 to 10 to pick, particularly if not without any accessories. So there you go. All right. This is mostly McDonald's toys. This bag. Let's see what we got in here that's real interesting. Now, these are like $3 to $5 figures. These are the Robin. This is from the Robin Hood action figure set, and these are actually remolds. They just different heads of the Superpowers figures. And let me show you here. Like Superpower, this is like very common knowledge in the Superpowers collecting community, but I don't know how much. But I can actually show you an example. This is the Superpowers Lex Luthor, and this is the Robin Hood. I think Sheriff of Nottingham or something. And if you can look, you can see that's the same mold, different hands, but the same body. So really amusing. So it's just slightly retooled mold. So anyway, fun issue there. We'll go to this guy fell off for a second. This is the later 90s Kenner Superman figure, probably about $5 figure. This is not the Superpowers figure. This is the later DC Universe, DC Heroes, or something like that. Superman action figure. He doesn't have the power action of the original, and he's missing his cape. So I think he did come with a cloth cape, but I'll have to double check some things. So those are fun figures anyway. They've kind of come up in value as well. This I think is Rufio from the Robin Hood from the Hook movie. I sold a massive collection of these at like $1 to $2 a figure not too long ago. So that is him, $1 or $2 a figure on that one. The rest of this box is, I'm not going to call it junk, but mini Wolverine figure. And one interesting piece. These aren't worth a ton, but these are fun little, they're not Transformers, but they're like little pull back and go toys. These are 1980s pull back and go things. And they came similar like military or cars or something like that. That had some moving parts to them and some pull back and go. Oh, is this a robot? Maybe this is a robot. It does transform. So this is a form of sort of transformer. And I think these are like $5 a piece, give or take. So these are fun. They don't transform a whole bunch, like 4 parts. I'm like, oh, so that's a robot, huh? So, that type of figure. Okay, that one is stashed over there. Next up, another Robin Hood figure. This is using the Green Arrow mold from Superpowers with a Kevin Costner head. There you go. Hail Lord Zed. There we go. We're going to look him up, see how much Lord Zed's worth. Power Rangers, Lord Zed action figure. Let's see. '90s. Light up. Does he light up? Nope, his battery's dead. $10, $5 to $10 maybe. So line them up maybe with some other ones, with other Power Rangers figures. And this is Guardian, maybe. I wonder if one of those capes isn't his. Nope, not that one. This is Guardian, I think, from the Marvel Heroes line. He's sort of an X-Men, not villain, not necessarily ally, but X-Men related figure. And that deserves a sip. And we're on to the second cup. So let's see what else we pull out of here. Oh, these are interesting. These troll fighters. Troll figures. There's a few of these, not many, but there are a handful of these, particularly the non-typical ones that are. They have a little value to them. I think I've sold some of them before, so we're gonna look these up. Battle Trolls. Battle Trolls Wolfman. That's what these are. Battle Trolls Wolfman. Whoa, and that's a home run. $40 to $50 figure right there. And this was one of the bags that was left behind. So that deserves a sip. So yeah, that's a big one right there. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna go Battle Trolls. Hasbro. Let's see what else shows up. Let's see what else shows up because we got these two here. So there's the Cyborg one. This one, quick draw, going for about 20. So that's a good find. And this Ninja one, I wonder if this is actually that same line. I don't see. Okay, we're going to go Trolls, Hasbro, Ninja. Let's see what that comes up with. Missing the mask. So this may be a $10 to $15 one right here, but it looks like you actually had one that had the balaclava that went on it. That isn't with it. So that's a good bag. That's almost half of what the value of what I got here. Oh, interesting. 10-inch saber tooth. There's a really crazy face on it too. Let's see here. 10-inch saber tooth action figure. Okay. This one did not get $10 on an auction, so $5 to $10 figure there. All right. Another Hook action figure, Peter Pan. Let's see. This bag. Oh, that is a Beast Wars. And like not a modern one. That's a, I don't know if that's Beast Machines or Beast Wars, so we're gonna take a picture. See where it comes up. Rhinox Beast Wars Transmetals. Rhinox Beast Wars Transmetals. On that one. Let's see. Okay, as this is about, looks like, I don't know if he's complete, doesn't seem to be, so $10 for this guy right here. So, and then finally, this guy, which I think goes with Marvel, and we're going to look him up though. I think this is a Marvel figure. Yep, Phoenix Saga War Star. So yeah, this is a $5 maybe figure. Line him up for X-Men, of which we've got more stuff here. And I generally know there's Phoenix. She light up. Nope. Phoenix. Let's see if that comes up. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. So, Toy Biz Dark Phoenix, I think we're going. Toy Biz Phoenix 95. Yeah, $5 to $10 figure. Like somebody couldn't get $10 for the mint on card version. So there you go. Total Justice Green Lantern, another $3 to $5. One of the multiple 90s wacky Batman figures, $3 to $5. And he actually has his guns. Bishop from the X-Men with actual guns. So we're actually going to look him up. We're going to look Bishop up because I wonder if he's not a little bit more in demand. Let's see what that comes up with. There's another, the first version is 10, $15. Let's see what this comes out to. Okay, we gotta scan that one because this one just kind of got interesting. Because that is a different color uniform. And that makes me curious. 93. This one may have a little more. A little more to him. Let's see, on card. Nope, that wasn't on card. Okay, no guns. This is $10. So this may be with weapons, $15, $20 figure. Let's see. That's interesting. There's not a lot of this one showing up. Let's see if Toy Biz Bishop V2 version 2. Again, one by himself for $10. Curiouser and Curiouser. There's not too many out there. Or if I couldn't get 20 for this guy by himself. So he's going to kind of go in that stack of sort of not lot them up individual sale figures. Very interesting. And finally, this guy. That's actually a pretty cool design. We're going to look that one up. United They Stand King figure. This is the Avengers United They Stand King. We're gonna go there. In package, $18. So another $3 to $5-ish figure to lot up. All right, moving along. Ow, that's a staple in my finger. Anyway, this is one of these modern Captain Americas, $3 to $5. That's the usual easy yard sale. Let's see here. Got another Sheriff of Nottingham superpowers / Robin Hood figure. Pretty rough Hulk figure, $3 to $5. Let's look this one up. This is, I think Petunia Pig, Wonder Woman figure. I think this is like a McDonald's or Burger King. Pig. Yeah, $1 to $3. You know, this goes in the dollar bin at my 80s, 90s box at the yard sale. Then another. This is Power Rangers, and I don't know the name of it. I know it's Power Rangers. Let's see. Rhino Blaster. Rhino Blaster Power Rangers. Power Rangers Rhino Blaster. Loose Night. So this is another $5 to $10 Power Rangers figure. Just boxes there. Yes. This one made it. Okay. I got one of these I am keeping, and that is. This is from Defenders of the Earth. This is Phantom. Not a high dollar figure. Same scale as Superpowers, and I always liked these, and I had one, and I never kept it. So he has a little twisty thing on the back for punching things. There's Flash Gordon's and Mandrake the Magician. So he's going to go up here on the shelf because I always thought those figures were cool, and I was always hoping to kind of run into one at a yard sale and not have to go searching for them. X-Men Sabretooth. War Machine, no accessories. $3 to $5 a pop on those guys. And what are you? You are die-cast metal. And we're about to find out. I'm very curious as to this guy. But that is Bionic 6. Okay. I was curious. Bionics. Okay. I'll get into this in a second. Bionic 6 Clunk. Okay. If he has yellow accessory, it'd be a $70 figure. This one looks like maybe a $20 to $30 action figure. Bionic 6, if you haven't noticed, these are die-cast metal. action figures, GI Joe scale. Um, they're kind of fun. They always tend to be a little loose, and the paint's never great on them. But this guy's pretty good. Uh, and limited run on them. Uh, so I've run across a few over the years. Nothing. There's some of it like this one. If they're on card, they can be really, real. Like this one apparently went for almost like $300 on the card. By himself, $20. I'd actually never seen this one before, so this is our first for me. They're got diecast metal limited run. There's a little value to them, but they're a fun line that lasted like a year or two and didn't quite take off with like a really short run cartoon. So again, Bionic 6. Fun. If you pick up a GI Joe size figure, you don't know what it is, and it's diecast metal. It's Bionic 6, more than likely. So he goes in the sell by themselves bin, which is going to be this box for the hot finds right here. So I'm just going to go in that box to make sure he stays a little separate. All right. Excellent. This is the other arm for Apocalypse. So is there a spot here for that? No. There's some dots on the back, but I guess that's for his hose pipes. So you can hang on to that right there. All right. Moving on. Like I said, bag after bag after bag of these things. These all look about like that 90s Marvel. That's Mandarin. I don't know this guy, but these are all 90s Marvel. Magneto and another Hawkeye, $3 to $5 a figure on those. All over the place. And I think, how long have we been going? We've been going 48 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to start wrapping up here and see if I can't find something else that needs to be looked up, like this Marvel Legends thing. And we're going to look up a couple more things. So this is a Marvel Legends thing, which looks like it has some accessories to it. I wonder if this isn't the first version. Let's see, in package, no. Is that Thunder Launch? Nope. So we're looking this guy up. In package, he's not going. Okay, $20 in the package. So this is a $10 to $15 figure at best, I think. So that's where that is. Let's see. Anything else that and if I see anything else and come up with it, I'll make sure to show it unless it sells quick, at which point I won't. All right, so we're going to go. All right, we're going to the final bit here. Okay, we're going to look up the last couple things that I wanted to really save this for. Last few things here, and particularly these three. I already looked this guy up. I'm not going to transform him. This is a transforming Punisher figure. Let me get the right name for him. If you know, you know what this figure is. Punisher Shapeshifters. Punisher Shapeshifters. If you know, you know. $40 to $50 figure. I'm not doing them because this is, let me put it this way, this is a family-friendly show. And he's got a gun on it. In a spot. Look it up. I ain't going to. All right. Superpowers Red Tornado. I think this may be a best of $10 figure. We're going to look him up. Superpowers Red Tornado. With the twisty. Loose. Oh, that's not bad. $25 loose with decent paint, decent condition. So, Superpowers great. Well, and then finally, this Transformers Headmaster that actually has the head. Let's see what this guy is. This is one of the ones I grabbed at the initial because it was in a $5 bag. I was like, any G1 Transformer is worth a minimum of $5 at a yard sale in almost any condition. So we're going to look him up. Mind Wipe. Let's see what we got. G1 Transformers Mind Wipe. Let's see. Oh, in box is $40. Oh no, that's the reissue. This is not the reissue. Original, if he has gun, it would be $90. So this is probably $50 figure, ballpark. Since he has his gun, and maybe his gun will turn up. This is an $80 to $100 figure with the gun. Without the gun, I'm thinking closer to $50. So we'll see how it goes. So for those of you tuned in, thanks for watching. Thanks for hopping in. This may be close to an hour. And I got some stuff that I gotta get done. So I get through some more of this, which you may see pop up here and there. So thanks for joining me. Y'all have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. If you see anything you wanted, if you saw anything that now I may do another one of these tomorrow with the Ninja Turtles or the Ghostbusters. But if you saw anything you wanted or know anything you're after that's kind of in line with what I've got here or seeing these things, give me shoot me a private message or something and we'll see if we can work something out. So y'all be good.